From waltzing down the aisle to racing against the clock. Millions of us are guilty of sitting on the couch and tuning into reality television.
You've got the personality of a doormat.
For years, the stars have become some of the biggest names splashed across our TVs and social media.
Definitely a lot of financial opportunities at the back of doing maths, I'm not going to lie.
But what happens when your 5 seconds of fame is up and the cameras stop rolling?
I think it is a very big risk to go on a reality TV show. I would be fascinated actually to see the kind of edit I would get.
Let's go behind the scenes and check out the reality behind reality television. Would you sign up to find love on television? For people like Bryce Ruthven, the answer was absolutely.
There's a huge draw card to doing a reality TV show. You can't deny that. Look, I'd be naive in saying that in the back of my mind, you think long term what could happen. It was a 5% thought of me. 95% of me was going there for the right reason, to potentially meet someone. I said to producers all the way along, I wanted someone different to the normal type of person I would go for in the outside world. And yeah, look, I got that and it worked for me.
He's one of many who have taken the plunge and signed up to the popular global franchise Married at First Sight. And it's worked out pretty well for him, tying the knot to his wife Liz after finding love on the Australian version of the show.
So my partner is Melissa, who I did meet on Married at First Sight. A lot of people were surprised that we stuck it out to the end and then committed to each other. I think a lot of people were probably putting bets on that we weren't going to make it and we were going to be a huge explosion at the end and be like, oh hey, they failed. But no, we kind of proved everyone wrong, and I guess kind of still do to this day. We've got twin boys. We were the first couple in Married at First Sight history across the world to have twins from the franchise, so that's our little unique quirk I guess we've got now.
The series sees couples paired together at a wedding ceremony for the very first time in the hope of finding their one true love. So how would someone like Bryce describe his time on the show?
Fun and concerning. There's a lot that you see that doesn't sort of get put to camera, but it gets mixed into a package. So you think you see a lot of things, but you don't actually see the full story or see a story how it accurately played out at the time as we knew it.
The show has exploded into 29 countries, but Bryce says his experience was far from rosy.
Yeah, so the way maths works is the days vary. Some days they're very short and sweet, sometimes they're very long, like your dinner party days and your commitment ceremony days. We'll get into your room at late morning, we'll film your wake up scene, so you've already probably woken up at 6 o'clock, gone to the gym because it's filmed in Sydney. Then you got to jump back into bed in your PJs once you've been up and had brekkie, your coffee and whatnot. So that's kind of frustrating. And then they do little things like, oh, we'll come back and we're going to film with you. So there's never a time given to you. You're constantly waiting. And if you're structured like me, you like to know what time things are going to happen and stuff like that. So that's a big thing. And to me, that's a way of getting into your head as a producer. I'm now friends with producers from other shows that work in reality shows, and I know that's a ploy to sort of get the frustration out, to get emotion out of people, and that's what these reality shows do. They want constant emotion because that's what draws people back.
Long days lead into long nights, and it all pays off with these shows rating big right across the networks.
The Amazing Race.
But in a show about relationships, it seems it's the ones off camera that cause the most tension.
I think they tried to sort of manipulate our storyline to get an outcome. I've made no secret of the fact that we were supposed to break up in our producer's eyes. Producer and I clashed multiple times. I feel like the worst human being in the world, to be fair.
Daniel Parrott is another man who's taken his search for love to our screens.
The process for me in getting scouted was super easy. I got DM'd, if I'm honest, and got told that I'd be fast-tracked. I just assumed it was because of the way I looked, maybe the tattoos. But I got super fast-tracked and I was essentially signing a contract within 2 weeks.
I need a best friend who makes me laugh and make me horny.
Oh my God, relax, Jesus.
They're single and they're ready to mingle, but the only way they get to know each other is through a screen.
They essentially live with you for 6 weeks. They know you. So they know what to ask you and how to press your buttons and what answers to get out of you, and it's crazy.
So if it was actually reality, what's the response been from fans?
I didn't really get much hate, if at all, which was really positive, especially from people I know. All the positive feedback was really lovely. My mum supported me. Everything kind of worked out, to be honest. The reactions were positive, and they still are. I've been stopped in the street and never a bad word has been said to me.
My name is Dr. Jessica Balanzategui. I am a senior lecturer at RMIT University in the School of Media and Communication. It's very intriguing to me that our fascination with reality television persists. There have been so many predictions in the 21st century that this is a genre that's on its last legs. It's going to die off.
And it's not something we aren't used to. Remember that episode of MTV's The Hills?
Throughout however many seasons there were of that show, producers were pushing back and saying, no, there's a lot of comments out there that this is fake, it's not real, but we can assure you these are real people, real situations. So that was the show kind of playfully weighing into these debates, and I think in some ways saying this whole real versus fake binary is irrelevant. Obviously, it's up to the viewer's interpretation as to how much of what was presented throughout the course of that show was real and real people dealing with real situations. There are still so many people signing up to do these shows because we have become more fluent culturally as audiences with what happens behind the scenes with reality television, that there will be manipulation from producers, that someone will probably have to occupy the role of a villain.
To be fair, credit to the producers, they're damn good at their jobs. They really got me out of my comfort zone and made me very uncomfortable, and it kind of got them ratings on a TV show. It didn't feel good to watch it back, but at the same time too, you know that they're making a TV show and you know when you sign up to it that that's what can come of it.
Particularly in those kind of romance-based shows like Married at First Sight and The Bachelorette, there's a narrative impetus that has to kind of structure how those shows play out. So there's a lot of behind-the-scenes influence, I suppose, from producers.
Audiences may also be more aware of some of the tactics used when these shows come to life. So what would someone who's been on them say to someone who's thinking of signing up?
I just wish the best for anyone that does reality TV. Hopefully they have a good experience and they're on there for the right intentions. You'll get picked out if you don't, and be very careful, but enjoy your experience if you get an opportunity.
Despite knowing all of this and despite multiple controversies year after year around what people endure when they sign up for these shows, people are still willing to give it a go.